Are my lips swollen? Because they feel swollen. Feels like more than just chapped lips. I wonder if they're sunburned. I feel funky, whatever. I feel like Fat Albert. Like my inner lip is like pushed out and all swollen. Yeah, weird. That's what I get for forgetting my chapstick. They felt funky for days, but now it's the worst they felt all week. Really, really weird. Hey, hey, hey. This is Jim Lowe coming at you from Puppet Lake. As you can see behind me, the lake is smooth as glass, in sharp contrast to what we experienced yesterday. Today, I'm going to be hiking partially out. The route today is going to take me up and over this bluff past Moon Lake. I think earlier I'd been calling Moon Lake Mary Lake. It's not Mary Lake, it's Moon Lake. Sometimes I get a word or a name stuck in my head and I keep calling it that, even though that's not correct. In any case, it'll be a part of the canyon that I've not yet visited, so that'll be interesting. It'll be down in the canyon proper. I've sort of been skirting the ridge line this whole time. So now I'll be dropping down deep into the canyon and then back up to the pass. As I said yesterday, the destination today is unknown. There are a couple lakes that I could go to, so I don't know really which one strikes my fancy yet. Okay, so from what I saw on the way up, there's an easy way between Moon and L Lakes. The question is, where does it go down? I think I'll go down here, and then as I remember, it went off to the right. And then there's a trail. You can barely see it. That'll take me to the canyon. Oh yeah, that looks pretty easy. I'll just follow this all the way down, right down in there, and then back. I guess I'll climb up there just to make sure that there isn't an easy trail going down on the other side of that little ridge that I can't see. So when I was at L, this is that brown patch that I was originally going to target. But instead, I went in right on the other side of that point. And no, I mean, I guess I could skirt back around and come back down, but I see the trail right there. I might as well just make a beeline for it. When I say beeline, I mean I'm going to traverse back to my original route, go this way, come down, and avoid as much of the rockfall as possible. Stay on good solid ground. Moon Lake, and then you can barely see L Lake right there. And the first night I was over there. And this is a cool looking campsite. Just like that, I'm down. Multiple little streams coming in to Moon. I found the trail. Next stop, destination unknown. Not sure what peak that is. It doesn't have a name on the map. So I failed to give a rodent update this morning. I won. Whatever it was came by last night at about 10:30, tripped over the guy lines of my tent, sniffed around the I shouldn't say sniffed, scurried around the outside of the perimeter of the tent for a little bit, and then took off. There's Elba. It's amazing how much a few 100 feet of elevation gain means to the difference in the vegetation. Elbo's only about 300, maybe 360 feet lower than Puppet. I've had to cross country it for a bit. I was paying so much attention to the scenery that I didn't realize that I'd missed the trail split. Well, the trail that I ended up on actually isn't on the map. I guess it's like a fisherman's trail or a camping trail or whatever. But yeah, just after Moon, I was supposed to take a right, and I knew something was wrong when I seemed to be getting too close to Elba. So anyway, I'm back on the right trail again, and I'm glad I made it out here because this view is absolutely beautiful. And I wouldn't have gotten lost. The trail from Elba leads back to this trail. This trail just catches the main trail higher, so less mileage, less climbing I have to do. In spots, the trail is somewhat faint, and that really surprises me. I mean, I would have thought a lot more people than appear to, you know, come in here. If I was going to Royce Lakes, then I would just go straight up that bluff and over. That's the waterfall coming out of the lakes, or the cascade, more correctly. But I don't think I'm going to do that. We'll see. See what my mood is when I get up there. Pretty stark difference than what I've been dealing with the last several days. Okay, so I guess I'm starting to descend the canyon rim. I was on top of that bluff a couple days ago. Paiute Canyon is another place I have to go. I've been to Evolution Valley. I've been to the headwaters of Bear Creek. Still a few Golden Trout waters that I need to visit. Almost at the top of that bluff, right below the pass. From here you can get a pretty good view of my trip so far. So started at the pass, went across this way, up and over, spent the first night there, and then went up along this bluff, came down into Stillhead Lake, right through there, went on the other side of that bluff, and then right about there climbed up to Star Lake, went over, back down on the other side to Puppet, and that's where I spent the last few days. Then came down right near that brown patch into Mary, and then through here and up. Back at the top of Pine Creek Pass, I'm going to check this pond out, see if I can see any fish. I don't have my polarized lenses on, so it might make it difficult. Yeah, there's a lot of glare on the water. This side looks pretty shallow. I can't see much without my polarized glasses, but the camera's got a polarizing filter on it, so I can watch this later, see if there's anything I missed. Now this, according to the map, this is the bigger of the two ponds. Well, I should say bigger as in width and length. I don't know about depth. And this is the smaller pond, and it is tiny. That first one, unless on that far bank it got deep, doesn't seem likely that it would hold fish, but fish are resilient. There's a lot of fallen rocks in there, and for all I know, could be 20 feet deep and covered with just a maze of rocks that the fish can, you know, can hang out and hide in. Yeah, see what I mean here? You see how this drops off? That's probably a good 10 feet deep in there. So if the whole thing is like this, just one big rock pile filled with water with little chasms like this, you know, it could be 20, 30, 40 feet deep. I know that sounds unlikely, but yeah, I guess it could hold fish. Well, still not seeing anything, but I'll look at the film when I get home. Okay, nothing definitive either way, but now I've got to go find the trail. Now I remember the trail being to the right. Hopefully it's fairly obvious when I come across it. Wasn't that far off it. Okay. Any luck? Be setting up camp by 1 o'clock, I hope. No idea what's in store. They don't make these off-trail lakes easy. Oh. Great. Nice little canyon. I guess I'm gonna have to go up. Things the topo map doesn't show you. Okay, hopefully I can go through that slot, pop over on the other side, get my bearings. On the topo map, what it showed was this big bluff that you have to get around. And so I came up from the very bottom of that bluff, trying to traverse across, so I wouldn't have to go down to the stream and start from the bottom. But, you know, lo and behold, now I've got this little valley that I've got to go through. So much for the whole idea of me trying to stay high. Okay, looks like there's a bluff in front of me, so I'm gonna have to go right. The topo map does show you contours, right? And my idea is just to get to a certain height, and then just follow those contours around and not lose any height. This is what I was concerned with. I stayed on the right. I thought it might be best to stay on the left, but I figured, you know what? I think I want to follow the creek. It looks like the creek's going into a slot canyon. That's what I knew was going to happen. I got to find a way to get up that cascade. I saw something on that ridge. It was brown. It didn't look like a piece of wood to me. I was like, what is that? And I turned away, and now it's gone. Whatever it wasn't that big. It was like the size of a dog. It was brown. Huh. Well, that's something to be concerned of, because I think I'm going to have to climb up that ridge.
I should have kept a closer eye on it. I looked at it and I'm like, that is really strange. And now it's gone. I came this way because it looked like there was a faint trail. So maybe there's a safe way up that slot canyon. Only two things it could have been: a bear or a wolverine. It was, the hair was too dark to be a cougar. It was too fine to be a wolf or a coyote. Yeah, I can't imagine there's a passage through there. I'm gonna go right up here and then follow the ridge line. If I stay on this side, if I stay on the right side, I know that I'll meet the lakes. This is going to be fun, especially knowing that there's an animal. And the thing is, when I saw it at first, I didn't think it was a bear. It didn't look big enough to be a bear. But if it was a cub, that would be a whole different kettle of fish. Looks like maybe it tops off right there without having to go up over this bluff. Just for some perspective how high I am right now. We seem to be leveling out. Yeah, this may have been a better way after all. Looks like there might be a tough pitch on the other side right here. Not that this wasn't tough. Oh yeah, look at that. Unless you're hugging right at the creek, I don't think there's anywhere to go. At least here, looks like I can just go straight up and over. And of course, there's more. Yeah, you'd have to hug. You'd have to come up right through the creek and then climb up that pitch there. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I get over here. Hopefully I can just traverse across. Well, this part of the canyon looks pretty easy. Once you get through that slot, looks like it's pretty easy going. And hopefully I can just come across and meet it. The lake's gonna be there. It's looking like I'm gonna have to climb up over that bluff. I would much rather cross the creek and go up that way. Never looks as hairy going up as it will going down. Well, this is a nice change of pace. At least I don't have to go down. Let's see what there is over here. Is there an easy way to get down? Maybe. Still hoping higher up it'll get closer together. What I really want to do is I want to hop over and go up that outlet right there. Okay, I'm going to try to cross over here. The map is telling me that this actually gets steeper, and this side is steeper than that side. So if I can go down in there, work my way up, cross over, and then go up that way, I think that's the way to go. Getting close. I want to see what that looks like over there though before I decide to cross over. That actually looks like a trail. Crossing down over here, coming up and over, coming this way. I have no idea how I'm getting down from here. It's a rock fall. That should be easy enough to get up if I don't break a leg. Oh, this is the top. Wow. The lake's over that way. I'm hoping I can go to the other lake and it'd be an easy meander. We'll see. Okay, here's a smaller lake. Here we are. I tell ya, this This lake better be filled with 20-inch golden trout, because I'm never doing that again. There's a flat spot here. It's got just enough room for my tent. Feels a little breezy though. The map says there's another flat spot on the other end of the lake. If there are 20-inch golden trout here, I don't want them to know I'm here until I'm all set up. So I'm gonna stay far away from the bank as I can. Running out of bank to be far away from. When your guy line breaks and you need to tie a bowline, but the only bowline you know how to tie is a one-handed bowline, you've got to backwards engineer it. Okay, so the loop is on top. Okay, so silly, but this is the only way I can do it. So I'm going to go to the other side of the lake and gear up. It's what is it, 4 in the afternoon, 3:30, so heat of the afternoon. It's pretty hot here, so I expect the fish will be hunkered down. Not seeing any insect activity, although I did see one of those black caddises. It's looking like I may have to break out the waders, and maybe I'll do that later tonight. I just want to kind of get a lay of the land right now. It's a nice fish. Where am I going to land him? I think I'll land him over here if I don't lose him. Best fish of the week. And it's on the Stillwater nymph. Another good fish. It's a good fish. That one was really deep. I've been counting down, making multiple casts, basically fan casting in like 2s or 3s, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds. This one was 60 seconds or more. I mean, I counted down to 60 seconds, and then I threw a stack mend in and let it drop some more, and that's when he took. So I'm gonna try doing that again. So I think I'm going to unofficially name this lake Danger Close. I've been fishing for about an hour and a half. I've picked up 3 fish, 2 in the 14 to 17 inch range, so it's not bad. But the hike up here is stupid dangerous. It really is. I mean, there are easier lakes to get to where you can catch 20 inch golden trout. That said, so far it's been worth the hike. Now, when somebody suggests a lake to me, and it's not one that I had pinpointed for myself, and it's not one that I've heard about, I typically don't disclose it. So that's going to be the same with this lake. From now on, we'll just call it Danger Close. Tomorrow will be a fun morning fishing, I hope, and hopefully I get back to my car safely and that'll be the last time I ever come here. Not unless somebody puts up a trail that is, you know, easier than the way that I took in. Now this lake is at the base of the peak. The sun has already set on the other side of the lake. That's why I've come over here by my camp, so that I can do a little more fishing. So I was running the spot the entire way up. My wife and my parents are probably going to wonder why they got like 15 messages from me today. And frankly, I'll tell you why. It was because at any point in time during that hike, something could have gone wrong. I could have been seriously injured, and I wanted them to know where to find me, or at least have an idea of where to look. I thought it was that dangerous. Anyway, I don't know how long it's going to be dusky like this and when it really sets in. I mean, it's only 6:30, and it shouldn't get dark until 8:30, but might happen sooner here. So I'm going to go ahead and eat. Not feeling the protein powder today, and since it's my last night, I'm going to go ahead and eat as much of the salami as I want, as I can stand. So I think that's the end of day 5. It is one that will be remembered. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for coming along.